Hey guys, it's Mark here with It's All About Racing. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to take a look at the GT3 cars now that the paddock is finally open. These guys go out and practice about 2 o'clock. It'll be their first practice session. This is number 78 car you see there, and I'm going to show you there's the front end of it. Hey guys, this is the Dex Imaging Garage here. Number 45 car. Another one of the Lamborghinis. You can see the nose of it right there. And next to it is the J.G. Wentworth, number 66 Honda Acura. They will be gone next year. This is the last year they will be racing, as they're no longer supporting them. So this will be my second to last look at this car. I'll again see it at Atlanta, at Road Atlanta for the Petit Le Mans. Now guys, here's the only Ferrari that we have in the field. This is the 296 model, the Corsa we're looking at. I'll bring this around. There's a cool look at the nose of it. And here's the Kortkopf, number 32 Mercedes AMG. I always like the hand-built engines they have in these things. They're absolutely gorgeous. And here's a cool look at the Turner BMW. Folks, here's a look at one of the Turner Motorsports BMWs, the M4 GT3. A cool look at this engine. I love how the exhaust of these come out the side, which I think is really, really neat. I don't know if I can, there's not enough room in the garage to get around it, but anyhow, there's a cool look at something you normally don't see. And here are the Multimatic Ford Mustang GT3s, new for this year. Number 65 car, and the number 64 behind it. Now here's a look at the power plant of that Ford Mustang. My buddy Bob, he instructed me to take a look at how low it sits within the frame. And he's got a very good point. It really is quite low. Now guys, here's one of my favorites, the Pfaff Motorsport McLaren. See, the butterfly doors are up. The engine, well actually, that's the radiator you got up front. The engine's in the back, of course. And here are the fan favorites, the Corvettes, the number 3 and the number 4 car. Now, for those of you not familiar with the IMSA series, these are factory-run cars. In fact, every car that I've showed you so far are factory-supported cars. They're in the GTD Pro class. Then they have the Pro-Am class. This is number 4 car. Now, here's a cool look at the BMW M4 from this team right now, Dog Mullet. Let's go. Yeah guys, this is Paul Miller Racing. Had to take a time out there to think about it. There's kind of a cool up-close look at it. Here are the 2 entries, the Lexuses, the RCF from Vassar Sullivan. Look at that power plant. That is just a beast. And this would be the Pro-Am entry. Over here is the Pro entry. And finally, guys, are the Aston Martins, the harder racing cars. Another one of the front engine cars, this being the Vantage. Now these are all GT3 spec cars now. So they're not the GTE, the GTLMs we're used to, but the engine is much the same. They don't have the body enhancements that the more powerful cars they used to race have, but God, I just love all the air intakes on this thing. Absolutely amazing work of engineering. And the number 27 car here is the exact same car, just a mix of a pro and an amateur driver here, or the gentleman drivers as we call them. And finally, here is Roxy. Rexy is not here this weekend. His sister is going to be running. It's the same car, they just changed the wrap on it. It's pink. So for you lady fans out there, this one's for you. And they would have gold teeth if they recorded a win. I don't think Roxy in this livery has ever won, so it doesn't have the gold teeth like Rexy does. But this is still a pro entry from Automokes Racing. And guys, here's a look at the Roxy trailer. Notice they even do the trailer up with the livery. Very, very cool. Guys, here's a Porsche 911 from MDX Racing. We're looking at here. And you've got the bonnet up on that, or the hood as we call it here in the States. course, as you know, this is a rear engine car, so you don't have the engine in the back of it, but here's a cool look at the radiator, the gas fill. As you know, you can take that on either side. They're taking it on the, I guess you call it the passenger side for this race. And here comes the Inception McLaren. One of my favorite cars, the 720S. Absolutely love it. Okay, guys, this is the Windward Racing Garage.
As we expected today, but
got the Mercedes AMGs here, two of them.
Where we started out this morning, very cool evenings here.
One of them is a GT4 car. That's the GS car that you see here. That'll be competing in Michelin Pilot Cup Challenge. And then there's the GT3 car that you see right there. Now these cars are scattered all throughout the garage area here. They're lumped together in teams. And here's another look at one of the, they call it a GSX entry. It's a single driver, gentleman driver. They race against LMP3 prototypes. And the car here is one you don't see very often. It's the only Alfa Romeo in the field. It is one of the TCR entries. Number 5 car. Now guys, here's a look at some of the LMP3 prototypes. These have Gibson 8-cylinder engines in them. Their chassis are usually, I think they're Duquesne. And there's a good look at the number 78 car. I like the red wheels on this particular car. And there's a look at the nose of it there on the ground. Now here are two really good looking liveries. I absolutely love the livery on this 71 car. This will be competing in Michelin Pilot Cup Challenge. This is an Aston Martin Vantage GT4, and notice the engine is completely different from that on the GT3 car. So it's not nearly as powerful. You don't have all the air inputs that you have on this, but still a pretty remarkable piece of engineering. And here's a look at the Rebel Rock Racing Aston Martin Vantage. They raced the Camaro, if you remember, last year. This year they have the Aston Martin Vantage. And here's a cool look at that rather unique livery. Frank Depew is the owner of that car. Now guys, these are McLaren Arturas. These are GT4 race cars. And you look at the front end of this car. This car was wrecked earlier in practice this morning. And as you can see, they've taken the nose of it off and they're doing quite extensive repair work to it. You can see right there. If you take a close look at the butterfly door there, you can see where it hit the tire bundles there. See the mirrors smashed and all torn up. They did a lot of damage, but they'll get it up in racing. Their race is tomorrow. And here's a look at a few of the LMP3s again. This one being the number 86 car. You see the nose there. This is a Ligier. You can always tell they have these two orange, they look like side supports. That's how you notice them from a difference. You see the tow hook there, recessed. And there's a look at the nose of the car. Suspension work. And you'll see the number 77 car right across from it. For those of you in the US, this has a US theme. You can see that on the doors there. Take a look at the nose. It's got this bright chrome blue, which I think looks really, really sharp. Again, this is another Ligier. I believe this might be a Duquesne right here, I think. Bob, is this a Duquesne we're looking at? It's not a Ligier. I think it might be a Duquesne. Or it could be an Orica. He's right. It could be that. Usually, there's a look at the number 87 car. For the brighter, this is one of the brighter liveries in the garage. This is the Baby Bull Racing, number 44 car. I have one of their team shirts. I'll be wearing that tomorrow. Now this is the number 88 Aston Martin Vantage GT4. Cool look at that. And there's a look at the hood or the bonnet, depending on how you want to call it. Guys, this is the Ruckus Racing Porsche. I have their team shirt. It is one of the brighter ones I've got.
Aston Martin.
Aston Martin, I'm sorry, my bad. Yes, I am correct. It's an Aston Martin. Absolutely. And there's a look at that car.
You gonna make it pretty? I won't be pretty, but it'll be fast.
As you can tell, they're patching it together. They had a little mishap this morning.
Together.
Here's a cool look at it again. You see them patching all these expensive carbon fiber parts. If anybody wants carbon fiber, I'm sure they'll give you the parts that they've got here. Looks like there's a splitter there. But anyhow, they'll get this car ready to race. Well, folks, that's going to wrap this one up. Enjoy the racing. See you later.